You know, it takes like 10 seconds for it to actually, like when I'm holding it here, it's not actually going yet.
I'm slow, man.
No, this is slow. You're fast.
Screen on silence, man.
I saw a meme the other day that had Biden and the Russian dude.
Okay.
And they did this with their swords. They kind of like had samurai swords, and they kind of like pulled it out, and there was a watermelon on the table.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was funny.
I love watermelon.
I know you like watermelon. So, anyways.
What do we have today, Dean?
I don't know. What do we have today, Fernando?
We have a headache. That's what we have.
You have a headache?
Yeah.
Why? It's like 6 o'clock.
Exactly. That's why.
What's up, 5-star general?
Ooh. 5-star general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they have discounts?
Hello, Arturo.
That's Arturo.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hola, guys. Man, Texas. Texas is where it's at. What's up from Washington? Can you believe we're going to be in Arizona in 2 weeks?
I can't.
I know, we thought about it today. We're like, holy crap, we're going to be in Arizona in 2 weeks filming a Rockford documentary.
I can't believe that.
Is there a shipping delay at Morel? I'm waiting for some Virtu 602s to come in Atlanta. There's a shipping delay at everything.
In the world.
The world is on a shipping delay.
Yes.
If you'd like to know more about car audio as far as like the news side of it, what do you think they should do, Fernando?
I think what you should do is tune in tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and Dean and Fernando car stereo clips.
The YouTube
on
channel.
YouTube.
Yep.
9 o'clock, and you will find out what's going on in the world of car audio.
Jeff says superstars, and I say only in the shadows of Jeff.
Superstar.
Jeff, yeah. Ooh, there he is. Hold on, let me get. Da-da-da-da. Dude, that. Yeah. No, that like off to the side look and everything. Not looking at me, looking off to the. That was totally you. That's you thinking of Jeff. One day when we grow up, we can only hope to be like Jeff.
Yes, I want to.
Waiting for the new Kenwood 10-inch to come out. Keep waiting. Come in, come out, go around. Keep waiting.
It doesn't matter.
Be 2023 sometime.
Dude.
And we don't know anything about it. I can honestly say that. And if we did, we would have just. So
Fine.
all right. So here's the trick right here. You guys want to know the trick? Forget what Kip does, because Kip knows everything. He's lying to you, right? All right, so here's the thing. If we give you any information about something, that means we actually don't know anything. Because if we don't know anything, we can talk about it because we don't know. The minute we find something out about something, we can no longer talk about it. So if Kenwood comes in tomorrow and they say, hey, check it out, we have this new product coming out, blah, 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 immediately we can't say nothing.
No.
So there's the tell right there. If we can respond to something, that means we have no idea. We're just guessing. We're using a good educated guess, with all the BS but as soon as we can't say nothing. So that's the tell. There you go. Anyways, enough of the fooling around. It's Thursday night, which means, hey, if you guys got nothing to do tonight, head over to the Hi-Fi Vega network over there on YouTube and check out Reverse Polarity. I don't know what the topic's going to be, but it's always fun and exciting. It's a very serious show about car audio. And then if you're done with that, hang out for SideJag over on SideJag on YouTube, and we're going to talk about The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. It's a pretty cool show. It's a documentary, which I'm a big fan of documentaries, so I got to watch it. And then, of course, naturally, like all documentaries, do you ever watch documentaries and then immediately do tons of research on the documentary?
Yes, on
roll that up some.
On sharks.
Oh. You watched Shark Week and then went and learned a bunch of.
I tried to figure, dude.
Nano needs. Oh, hold on. Nano needs first aid kit. He said his head hurts. Nano, we have a first aid kit. Hey, how are your allergies today?
Oh, dude.
Did the Zyrtec work?
That will work perfectly.
Next
fine.
time when I say, hey, would you like a Zyrtec?
Yeah, Gabby told me.
Take the damn Zyrtec.
Dude, can you just take the freaking... I'm like, I'm a pussy. I don't want to do that.
It's a pill, man. I literally just swallow them without water.
I don't know what kind of pill.
The jagged little pill.
I don't know what's in that pill.
I know what's in it. Something to make me stop sneezing. That's what's in it.
Tylenol 500. Ooh, 500.
Oh my gosh, that would put me right to sleep. 500 milligrams of Tylenol? Oh my dude, it mellows me right out. And I'm like,
I know.
I can get 3 solid hours of sleep with the Tylenol, but I can't take it before I fly because it'll give me a headache and make me nauseous. So
headache every day, it doesn't matter.
No, but like when we're on trips, I can't take any Tylenol. So
the crazy pill.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful with the crazy pill.
Yeah. Try. Oh yeah. I'm not a doctor, but you do play one on TV. I'm like Fernando. I wait till I'm about to die to take some drugs.
Yeah, that's me. You know, I
mean, don't get me wrong. I think as men we're all stupid along that way.
Okay, this is my stupidity. Okay,
yeah,
this is my thing. I'm like, I don't want to get used to the drugs right now that I'm young. So maybe because I'm young. What are you talking about?
Dude, you take I mean, you're worse than me. I mean, I take a multivitamin and some gummies.
Right, but still, I don't want to get used to like.
I'm like, hey man, you start, vitamining up because we're doing all this traveling. So he goes out and buys a bottle of vitamins. They're sitting right there on his thing, and I go, hey man, are you taking your vitamins? He
Okay,
goes,
you say buy the vitamin. You never say you gotta take the vitamins. You should buy vitamins. I'll buy the vitamins. They there. This should help.
Johnny, hey, I'm a special kind of stupid. Hey, you know what shirt I've been wearing at nighttime? Don't be stupid, stupid.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that one, youngsters.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about car stereo because why not? We're getting ready for the news tomorrow, so for those of you guys that we're serious, tune in tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the news. Everyone is on delay. We'll talk more about all that fun and excitement. But what we got working on here in the Bay is another. Dude, this is a gem, all right? This is a gem. This is a 2008?
No. This is 2004.
This is a 2004 Lexus.
Yep.
ES330, and this thing is mint.
Yes.
There's like 2 things we found wrong with it. This window doesn't roll up and down, and the check engine light flashes, which means it probably just needs an oil change or something.
Probably.
But like the subwoofer in the rear deck looked brand new.
Oh, dude, it's right there.
I put it away.
Oh, okay, never mind. Literally it's brand new.
Brand new. It was pretty awesome.
Brown is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Interior is. Yeah, I mean, there's no goop.
Dust.
There's no like.
That was not like. I always grab my rag just to clean the inside. No dust.
This thing is like
inside.
a time capsule. The paint isn't faded.
Well, it has the scratches because.
I mean, it's there's a little the bumper's been used, but I didn't even see how many miles. It's somebody loved this car dearly, and this gentleman just bought it. So we're upgrading the audio, and we're doing our Morel setup. So we got the Maxima 602 version 2s. We got the Maximo Ultra coaxials for the rear. We got a new Kenwood Exelon head unit. We got a 1005 Mini T 5-channel amplifier going to power it. Obviously, we got a giant, cool Kenwood subwoofer ported enclosure going in it. The Exelon, backup camera, bass knob, sound treatment, fast strings. All the goodness is going in it. Obviously, tomorrow when we come on, we'll be a little bit longer in the process. We'll tell you where everything's going. It showed up at the end of the day today. We had like an hour and a half. We just kind of went through it. What radio could you possibly be doing? An expensive one. It's a DMX 957XR. The good ones. Anyways, so we'll talk more about this tomorrow once we get it a little bit more progress going on it and start moving through it, as it were.
Thank you, Pablo. He said normally when they flash it, that means a misfire coil pack.
Okay.
So I write it down so we can talk to the person.
Yeah, there you go.
Before you start driving.
Yeah.
Check it out.
How do you guys find the distortion number on the factory radio, or when you guys use pack audio interface modules? What tools do you use for that? Because SMDs don't always work. No, because so like we've talked about, a lot of times just use an RTA because you can just see it on the RTA. We don't typically use the pack modules anymore.
No.
Because most amplifiers now, 3 or 4 years ago, the LP72s, the LP7
No, not amp
4s, or yeah, LP7, the pack modules. Are we talking pack modules, or are we talking amp pros?
No, the LP7 too is the high level to low level.
Pack audio interface modules. Well, if you're using a pack audio interface module, then like if you're using Amp Pro or Zen or AR, that's all going to be flat. So you can use a DD1 for that with no issues.
Yeah.
Like, because it's 0, but I was thinking more of a high level to low level. All right, well, that answers that question. All right, yeah. But you could also use oscilloscope, but we typically use the RTA.
Audio system is in the house.
Hey. Oh, snap. Very nice. Like a rapper. I'm just reading random comments at this place. What costs more, the car or the entire audio system?
I don't know. I think the car. The car is in a good condition, so.
Does it matter? I mean, let's be honest. We'll spend some stupid money on some stupid stuff that there's no value in it other than personal. I mean, I got Legos. I got thousands of dollars of Legos. They're Legos, man. They ain't gonna bring any more. You build them, you're done. What do? Take them apart, build them again? No, it's just money. It's just money. You'll make more tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, spend it, have fun.
18. I need a 10 volt turn on something. What can I buy?
10 volt. Actually, dang it. Hold on. Hang on. There is. Go on to Amazon and look for a 12 volt variable voltage output. It's going to look something like this. And what it does is it'll take 12 volts in, and then you dial in the voltage output. This one is made by Dork. However, there's a bunch of different ones. This is 5 to 11 volts. This is the model FS11D12A3. So, but there again, I don't know where it says 5 to 11 volts. 12 volt. Oh, sorry, this is a volt low. So this is actually the opposite. Disregard that model number. You want the opposite of this. This is a low voltage trigger to high voltage output. But something like this, a variable voltage that you can buy on Amazon, that's 3 amps. So if you're trying to do anything more than 3 amps, it's gonna be tough. But that'd be something you'd want to find on Amazon. But Dork probably makes the version you're looking for. Aftermarket amp and speakers, 12 Escalade.
How do you get hatch chime from coming through the stereo? Factory head unit, aftermarket amplifier, speakers is a 2012 Escalade. Hatch chime?
I have no idea.
You want a chime every time that the hatch is open?
I mean, the hatch probably chimed before. So it would just have to be however they have it installed. So if they, well, no, okay. So if it's all right. So let's talk about chimes as far as if you're doing an aftermarket stereo and you're tying into the factory amplifier. If your whatever speaker is making that chime, if you don't tie into that speaker, then it's not going to chime.
Correct.
Now, if you're not tied into that speaker, so for example, like when we used to do the GMs where we would just tap into the rear, we would bury a speaker under the dash that would be hooked up to the driver's front door output to keep the chime and the Bluetooth and all that fun stuff. So if you're integrating a stereo in, and let's say you're not going to use the rear outputs, but that's where the chime comes from, then just connect a speaker to the amplifier's output on that channel, bury it somewhere, and you'll get the chime back.
Yeah, maybe because like it's a factory head unit, aftermarket amplifier and speakers. Maybe the chime comes from the center channel. You just have to figure out where it was coming from, and then make sure that is hooked up to something, be it a speaker or a channel in the amplifier. I bet my truck isn't even worth $3,000, and you got $10,000 worth of stereo in it, right? Dork, I know. Is there a way to disable the chime in the driver's information center settings? No, there's no way to disable chimes. Chimes are safety things, so there's no way to turn them off. In some cases, like in General Motors, you can go back to the dealer, and if your dealer isn't a douche, you can ask them to turn them down, because there is a default volume control built in the radio that will allow you to turn it down to
to a certain point, and then you have to go there and have them turn it down farther. I don't think you can turn it off, but I'm sure they could turn it off. Like I said, it just depends on how douchey your car dealerships are. That's why I like with a Ford, you have FORScan, which is great, you know, because you can do a lot of nonsense with that and break your car. What is the general kind of foam tape you guys use for the speakers? There's this place. It's a vast place called D&F Tool Drawer. It's a place you can find all the cool stuff we use for installation. There's 2 rolls of foam on there. Click on it. Once you click on it, it's going to take you to an Amazon link. Once you're on Amazon, you can go deep diving. There's all different sizes foam that we buy, those 2 specific sizes, but they do make other sizes, so just check that out. Oscar, looks like I might end up going full Morel on the Tesla. Custom truck build with everything. Well, of course you would. And might end up at K-Fest if I get it done in time.
Hurry up, dude.
I mean, let's be honest. You got time. I mean, it's a year away if we're lucky.
It's a year away? Really? It's in December.
Oh, that one.
Exactly.
Yeah. No one's going to that one.
Hurry up.
Shh. Don't say that.
Hurry up. JBC foam 1/4 inch.
Okay. Oh, that's Christian. All right. What time is it?
It's time
to go.
All
right, guys, listen. Tonight. Hi-Fi Vega Network. Check it out. I'll be there. Hi-Fi will be there. We're going to talk about some cool car audio stuff. After that, stick around. Head over to SideJag, the YouTube channel. Talk about the King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters documentary, and of course a bunch of other silly stuff that we always talk about. It's kind of a nice break from car audio. It's a lot of fun. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, the YouTube channel. If you need to know the news, everything that's happening in car audio, we talk about it in the morning. It's a lot of fun. You guys have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. It's a great angle. I mean, soldering above your face is a good way to get a scar that way. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Perfect timing? Doubtful, but we'll go with it. Today we are actually deep into the Lexus. We're having a good time. Deep into it, friend. Yep, really deep. Yesterday we pulled it all apart to get ready for today. As you can see, we got our bin there full of all the trunk screws and brackets, basically the rear end of the car. Fernando is now installing the backup camera. Pro tip for the day.
Yeah.
All right, so when installing a backup camera, it's gonna come with long wire. Like off of the backup camera, what does this one have, about 3-4 feet? About 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah.
That means if you put this backup camera in and then you run the connector is going to be somewhere over here, or it could be, you know, if it's a car, it's going to be in the wrong spot no matter what you do, because if the tag or the camera goes bad or anything like that, you need to service it. You need the connection by the camera. So what we like to do is take our camera, and we coil up that extra area, and we leave our connection in a nice convenient spot to where we can get to it by the camera itself. So we're not pulling the whole car apart trying to find where our connection is at. It's something we do over and over again in every vehicle we put it in, so we know where our connection is going to be. But just something to think about if you have a backup camera to put in. Don't take this and run it way over here where you're never going to find it. Put it next to the camera. Pro tip of the day. Hope you guys like that. All right, what do we got going on? He has finished putting all the Morel speakers in it. So we have our cool Morel tweeter dug deep inside of there, mid bass down low. And I'm in the process of getting the amplifier all wired up and ready to go. So here is our T-Series 1005, Mini T as I call it. We've made a bracket for it out of 1/4 inch. What's up? How's it going? And we made so this one, you see these 2 screws here. So we made this out of 16th inch because this actually smashes up against the side, but that holds that into place. Signal and subwoofer are coming this way. I'm sorry, outputs. These are all the outputs. This is output. So this is sub output. This is the amplifier speaker output. Signal is going that way up into the dash, which gets to subwoofer is going. Subwire goes back there. I haven't ran it all the way yet, but the output comes up here, and here is the factory amplifier located right here in the dash. They don't make a harness for it, but we do carry a harness, meaning we have to make it. It's not pinned properly, so we pin it up. I don't know which one it is. It's like an Isuzu harness, but it's this. Clipped it into place. Next up is the dash. This is our wiring. We're gonna solder on our X12 Stinger RCAs onto it. When you're dealing with one of these amplifiers, they have pigtails that have speaker wire and female RCAs on them. Not a big fan. So what we like to do is remove those, solder in the length of wiring we need, and basically what we make is custom lengthed RCAs. So this is enough to get us up around the radio and back into there and tuck in, so it's got to come like this and do this. The reason why I'm going to solder it, I need to solder it here, not in the dash. So this is a solder-proof cloth that we use. I can basically sit here and do whatever I want to it, and it won't affect the carpet, which is really nice. We have our Aussie iron, the old classic, set up here. This is zip tied in place. Once I get this done, solder in the remote turn on, which is also located up here in the center console right now. We'll have that checked off the list. The radio is mounted into the dash panel already. We did that this morning and made up our harness. So we'll come over here. This is the harness for the car. These are the stuff we don't use. Of course, you cap them off, tape them together, power, ground, all that. And then these are gonna go off to our amplifier remote turn on, ground for the camera, accessory for the camera, and of course, reverse trigger. That's that. And then located here is the dash piece, and then the radio for it is here. They don't screw together. I don't like that. I wish they'd stop doing dash kits like that, especially now with these bigger, heavier radios with floating screens. Not a fan of that, but luckily we don't have to worry about it with this. It actually fits pretty well. So we have a radio, we have that. We also like to, another pro tip of the day, a lot of these guys put these little flags on here, which is cool because you can see it, but if it's in the dash, it wears, it gets old, the glue fails. So what we like to do is write on the RCA what it's for. So this is F is front, this is rear, this is video out, and of course this is 3. That's what they just call it, 3. So this is all prepped and ready to go. Bundling these up is a good idea, because if you have them as single, they go in the dash. If there's something sharp in the dash and you're pushing it in, you could cut one of these off. Making it a thicker cable is always a nicer idea there. These are the speakers that are inside of it. Of course, the Maximus 602 version 2s up in the doors, and then the Maximo coaxials in the rear deck. I'm sorry, in the rear doors. There's nothing in the rear deck. We took the rear deck out so we could remove this factory subwoofer here. Look how, I mean, dude, this is the 2004. I've never seen anything that looks like that. It's pretty awesome. But that's what we got going on here. That's where we're at. Backup camera. I need to finish the amplifier. So we're on track to be done in the morning sometime, which is kind of nice. We'll get through this. It's 3:30 right now, so we got another basically 2.5 hours. I mean, 3 hours really, but it's Friday, so you know everyone wants to leave at 5 o'clock, right?
You say 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're late. We gotta go. So we'll get to it. Get this done. That's about it. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's what's going on. What's up? Nothing. Just work. Maximus will be loud up front. Christian's just like, do you work, Christian? Just saying, man.
Christian works.
Does he work?
He works.
He works like a dog?
I don't know.
Does he need to throw a dog a bone? I don't know. Anyways. You guys keep the Morel Hybrid Mark IIs in stock. I honestly don't know. I think he does. You know, he's weird. If he sells one pair, then he's got to order 2. So, because he might sell another one. So I would definitely give him a call and find out. Because I know we stock all the K-Series stuff for Focal now, which I was like, whoa, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sure. When is the Alpine road trip? That was a joke, okay? That was a straight joke. Fernando was literally having fun. We had a meeting with Alpine the other night. It was fabulous. You guys are going to be super stoked. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it was a fabulous meeting with Alpine. Not that we learned anything at all. They told us nothing. You guys are going to be so stoked. Oh, my God. Jesus, man. Just wait. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be so cool.
Change the...
We got to change the subject.
Yeah.
We got to change the subject. So that was a joke. Fernando put that up because he thought it'd be fun.
Why not?
I mean, honestly, if they asked us to drive it to Michigan, of course we'd do it. I mean, why wouldn't we? I mean, I was totally... But I know I've done that drive a couple times. I would not do that one nonstop. We'd have to stop in like Tennessee or something, the halfway point, because it's a 24-hour drive, and it's just brutal.
4 more hours, really?
Yeah, but we stopped at 10. We stopped at 15 hours. So I mean, it's 5 more hours. It's a lot, man. Trust me, that's a tough one. I mean, we could have done it. I'm sure we could do a 24-hour drive straight through, no problem.
Oh yeah.
It's just brutal. And I'm still not recovered from that, man. My brain is still not firing on the 4 cylinders that it has. Fernando, take a break. No, not at all.
Break.
Yeah, I was gonna say he takes breaks all day. He's already eating a whole 2 bags of chips. Jesus, guys. He's always got to be working when we do these things because it's the illusion we paint for you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, for sure. Hola, amigos. What's up, Oscar?
What's up, man? Talking about the guy that doesn't work, Oscar.
24, too much, bro. Stop. Have a beer somewhere. Call it a night. Yeah. I mean, that would definitely make sense. 4-cylinder turbo brain. Yep, 4-cylinder turbo brain, 4-cylinder turbo car. Greetings from South Africa. What is happening? Always better to start driving early instead of after a full day of work. I don't know. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good. I mean, the thing is we just worked so much anyways. I don't think it matters. Because honestly, I thought after getting a good night's sleep and driving, that last 3 hours was harder.
It was.
Because we were almost done too. And we were just excited. You know, it was like, yeah, let's go. Let's get this done. Plus, it gave us the ability. Honestly, I think the big saving grace on all that was doing the live shows. Like being able to talk to people the whole time.
Yeah.
That could also be why my brain is tired, because of doing 9 hours straight of that was exhausting. So it's like, why are you doing this to me? He's just showing off for the camera. That was Oscar.
Look at that.
Look at that. 50 zip ties later, and it's all sexy and zip tied up. No one will ever know. With your luck, it'd be snowing on Black Eye. Okay, listen. I would never go to Michigan in the wintertime. I've done that. I live there. There's no chance in hell I'm going anywhere when there's going to be an opportunity for snow. Now, if I have to drive. Now, if we're flying there, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's somebody else's problem. I'm just going to hang on. But no, I'm not driving in that. That's ridiculous. 212 subs or 112? What's the pros of running 2 subs? Bigger cone area. I mean, it's that. Don't overthink these things. It's just you get bigger cone area. 1 sub with tons of power. It's going to be awesome too. Saves trunk space. Sometimes. It depends. Sometimes these super woofers actually take up a lot of space. Usually, like, a good example that you could have a reference point and go look at. If you look at, like, the Kicker L7 subwoofer, the regular L7 212 box, all right? It's like 38 inches across. It handle, I don't know, you probably put an 800 or 1,000 watt amp on it, you're golden. Now, if you look at the Q-Class box, 112, same amount of power, it's about 2/3 the size, so you do take up a little less space. Are you gonna get, you'll probably get a little bit more bass out of the 2, but there again, it's a space versus what do you wanna do? It's always a compromise, guys. Car audio is always a compromise. If you got room for 2, now if you got room for 2 Q-Class 12s, there again, it's about the same size box as the other L7, it's about 38 inches across, and you put like 12 to 1,500 watts to them, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? So it's a sliding scale of compromise. Figure out what works best for you and run with it. Hi.
Wrong with it.
I bought brand new Kicker Comp RT. When I installed it, it rattled at 0 dB flat. Do you guys really have faced this problem before? No. We don't ever really get any problems out of it. There again, depends on how much power you're giving them, depends on what kind of box it's in, airspace, there's a lot of things that go into it. But no, we typically don't have any problems with that woofer. It is my favorite shallow mount woofer, so if they sucked, I would not recommend them. That's not to say you didn't get one that, might might have issues. Who knows? Did you guys ever have any issues with audio control amps and the Morel Tempo speakers?
What kind of issues?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of issues? I think I know what you're talking about, but no. But we don't do a lot of tempos, so actually, I don't even think we do tempos. To be fair, it's kind of we kind of skip over the tempos. Yeah. I'm just trying to think the last time we did a set of tempos. I think the only tempos we do are the Ultra 6x9s.
All right, so he has a two audio controls, ACM 2.300.
Yeah.
How many tempos?
We just do the 6x9s though. Like literally the only tempos we sell are the 6x9s and the coaxial 6.5 for Toyota or the F-150. That's it. That's all we ever sell of those. And as far as ACMs go, we very rarely use ACM.
To protect.
Yeah. I think you posted this on the audio control forum. I think I saw that on there.
Oh,
yeah, I got nothing. I don't know. That would be one of those things where I'd have to just dig deep into it. Because if I remember, everyone was talking about it was like, he checked everything and nothing made any sense. Like, because I think I read his post and it was like, he did everything right. He went through and just verified everything. But, you know, in the absence of nothing working right and it doing what it's not supposed to do, then it's the other non-obvious thing. So I think he's already swapped out speakers and it still did the same thing. It's a weird one. It's definitely an anomaly.
So if we swap speakers and doing the same thing, so that's an amplifier issue.
Yeah, but he might have swapped amplifiers and it did the same thing. It was one of those weird things, like he swapped everything and it did the same thing. So at that point, it's like, just hook up a set of speakers to the output of the amplifier.
Yeah. And
not run them through the car to see if there's something wrong with the wiring in the car, I guess. Bypass everything. Yeah, I mean, at that point, set it up on the test bench and just try to build it someplace else other than the car and figure out what doesn't do it. Because it doesn't, all the problems he was having, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It has to be something stupid that is just like something you're missing. And I know, I'm there. We feel the same way. It's like that one time, you're like, I don't get it. It's not making any sense to me. But then it turns out to be, oh, yep, that's him. Yeah. So then it just kind of turns out to be the weird thing. Honestly, I would build the same system on the bench. That if I've tried everything in the car, then I build it outside the car. I just start thinking other ways of doing it. Like it's like, all right, so the radio, I'm gonna try different source unit, which I can't remember if you tried or not. Just plug in your phone into the amp and see if that does it. Weird things have happened over the years, as you do this. I mean, I remember this. It always takes me back to the Corvette that we did, why we run a power and ground in a Corvette was because this Corvette that we did had been welded in. It was two Corvettes welded in half. I ran new speaker wires too, made 0 sense. Casey from Morel said could be Morel crossovers. And right, the crossovers could be causing some kind of weird impedance issue on the amplifier, which is putting it in protect. Those amplifiers can take a lot of abuse, though, because trust me, that's what we have in your car.
Yeah,
we abuse this.
I abuse them.
The crap out of them. I mean, we're just downright cruel to those amplifiers, for sure. But okay, so as I was saying in this Corvette, the weird thing is we were getting all kinds of issues, and what it was doing, it was drawing a ground back through the RCA to the head unit because we didn't know the car was welded together halfway through, and it was a bad weld. So the amp kept shutting off, because the ground plane for the car didn't exist.
Yeah.
Or it was just so crappy. And it was one of those things where it was like, that doesn't make any sense. You know? And we were getting good ground on the amplifier because we had the RCAs plugged in. That's why I always tell you now.
That was pulling the...
Right. I always tell you now to unplug the RCAs if we're testing ground in an amplifier because of that incident we ran into 20 some odd years ago. But it's always the weirdest thing. I have them in my personal vehicle too, and they are definitely taking a beating. How I just did that, like tempo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no problem. I agree, Steve. They're a workhorse. We actually it's funny is we finally got to use some ACMs the other day, and we only got to use one because we did that Camaro, the classic Camaro that you posted the picture of, where we put an ACM 4.300 on a set of carbon nano carbon nano elate Integras. Basically the the really thin 6.5 coaxials.
This is the crossover for the Tempos?
No. Yeah.
This is the Maximo.
That's the Maximo. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, we really don't do... That might be the crossover for the Tempos.
So it has
active. Let's just do active. Screw it. Are the K2s and hybrids compatible? Fernando said they are pretty bright and they play to low hertz.
Which one?
The Tempos versus the K2s.
That's the... No.
What is that? What was that? That wasn't even like words. That was just like...
The Tempos and the K2s.
Outside, hybrids and K2s.
Oh, hybrids.
Did I say tempo? Yeah. I might have said tempo. I apologize. K2s and hybrids. Compatible. They said compatible. I don't know if they mean comparable or compatible. Nano said they get pretty bright. They also play low hertz. They do get pretty bright.
I have the hybrids, and I play pretty low.
And pretty bright. They get pretty loud.
Yes.
Yeah, but compared to a K2, I think it's still... I think at the end of the day,
the K2
it's
has
still going to win.
A little bit more, yes.
But not in volume. Just in the fact that it's just going to be that hard dome sound. Mm-hmm. That would be, yeah. My tempo crossovers say tempo on it with a 502, 506 number. Yeah, because it's universal. Both the 502 and the 506 do tempos. Don't get me wrong, love tempos. We just, they kind of, there's a gap. With the amount of product we sell, there's always a gap as far as what we sell and what we don't sell, depending on price point versus, so it's, because we've got so much stuff, man. Mm-hmm. What's the install price for mid-range system? Well, it depends what you consider a mid-range system. Each system is uniquely designed for the individual, so really what you'd have to do is kind of approach it from the opposite side. A mid-range system, you're probably $3,500. You can get into, now if we're trying to do a head unit, probably not $3,500. But if you're trying to do like a system, meaning amplifiers, some speakers, stuff like that, $3,500 is a good place to start. But then it depends on your expectations. So my installer told me I can only use 0-gauge power wire for my Kicker CX1800. Is this true? Will I go into Protect if I use a 4-gauge? Did I ever print that? No, I didn't. Hold on. Let's answer that question in a professional manner instead of just saying, I'm an installer and I told you what to do. Let's see if I can get my laptop to power up here. I did. All right, let's go over here. All right, on Kicker's website, there is let's just do this. There is a power wire scale. And what that power wire scale is designed to do is this. Let me flip this around. All right. On this side, we have amperage draw. And on this side, we have feet. So, depending on where you're going to put your amplifier, my guess is somewhere in the trunk, we're going to be looking at 16 to 19 feet. Now, we can go up and see how much power is a 4-gauge capable of doing. 125 watts at 16 to 19 feet. I'm sorry, 125 amps, not watts, amps. That means that anything past that amperage of 125 amps, we need to go bigger. Now, even though this says 2-gauge, very few companies actually sell a 2-gauge. They usually just go 4, then 0. So 150 to 200, which is really actually going to be anything above 125 amps of current draw, you're going to need a 0-gauge. The other thing, too, is you don't want to max it out if you can avoid it, especially something like that, big 1800-watt sub amplifier. You're going to be brutal on it. Let's be honest. You know you are. So 0-gauge is going to be better. Keep this in mind. You're talking about a CX 1800-watt amplifier. The CX amplifier uses what's called a boost power supply. And if you'd like to see a boost power supply in action, check out the amp dyno we did when we visited Kicker. We put it down, we went all the way up to like 14.4 and all the way down to 9 volts. The amplifier never shut off at all. It never shut off. But at 14 volts, it was putting out like 900 watts, And at 9 volts, it was putting out 450 watts. The idea is that the amplifier is designed not to shut off, meaning it's going to play to make you happy and give you bass. The difference is whether or not you're going to get that 1800 watts out of it. So what they've done is they've just designed a power supply that'll take stupid in consideration. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying stupid situations into consideration and allow the amplifier to keep you happy. Sometimes you're sitting in a parking lot and you forgot to start your car and the amplifier is playing. You don't want to blow up the amplifier because you're starving it to death. So they've built their amplifier around taking those things into consideration. The more power you give it, the more power you get out of it. So, should you run the 0 gauge? Definitely run the 0 gauge. Why wouldn't you? You know, the potential is there. Dumb question, but have you ever done a Toyota hybrid? Put a Rockford P312 with a kicker key with a JL audio components in front. The P300 is cutting out. Seems like it might be power connector. I mean, we've done plenty of Priuses with a ton of power in them. Like stupid power in them and never had any issues. The one thing that I would say on the P300, the most common mistake that people make on that is they try to adjust the gain, because the gain should be all the way down. There's almost no effect with gain on that thing. The other thing too is make sure it's connected before the amplifier. So one of the mistakes that's possible is the key 204. You have to make sure that the P300 is on the same feed input that's going into that, not after the amplifier. I've seen, and we're guilty of this, when we did Haley's car, we totally screwed up. We put the amp in, and we had tapped the P300 into the rear speaker. When we put the key 200 in, because it was midnight, we're like, why doesn't the sub sound right? Because we were feeding it the key. So then we're like, oh God, we had to pull it all back apart, disconnect it from where we had it, and put it on the front side of the key. So that would be the other thing to check too. I'm sure you did it the right way, but it's just what pops in my head. I have a question regarding your shop. My truck's roof line is 94 inches tall. It's 95 inches wide. Would it fit? Nope. No. Yeah, that's a big ass truck.
It is big truck.
This is not that tall.
It's not that tall.
And it's only 98 inches wide. So yes, technically your truck would fit width-wise, but it's a little close. Because we have a fence right there, so I mean we can't get we can't do dualies at all.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. However, depending on what you want done, it's something that we could work on outside in the winter time, not in the summer. In the winter, we take.
And when it's not raining?
That's like January, February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just a thought. Just a thought. All right, guys, listen, that's it for today. That's 5 minutes of 5-star. It's Friday. Go have fun. If you didn't check out the news this morning over on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't got an opportunity yet to see... That's weird. I think it goes up.
No,
yeah, okay. If you haven't had an opportunity to see the 3 videos we put up on the IRTA2, make sure you head over to 5-Star Car Stereo's YouTube channel and check those out. We want to get some feedback on those, let you guys see if they make sense, because we have to make instructional videos so that you guys can use these cool things for testing your systems. And you know, we have an idea of what we think makes sense to us. We want to make sure they make sense to you. So if you haven't had an opportunity to watch those 3 videos yet, we're also going to put one more up next week. Make sure you check those out. Leave a comment down below other than I want one, because we know everybody wants one. And thank you for wanting them. That's the whole idea, is to make everyone's job a little bit easier, whether you're a hobbyist, whether you're a professional. We want everyone to have one of these because they're so awesome, and it'll make your installation that much easier. And that's what it's all about, right, Fernando?
Right. No, the K2s are gonna be way louder
than
the hybrids.
Not really. Your hybrids were way freaking loud.
But so he's looking for like volume.
I don't know, man. We had to turn your tweeters down a lot on the hybrids.
Yeah.
Those things were screaming.
I still feel the K2s they give you, because the KX.
I mean, if we want loud, just go get the Hertz SPL show tweeter. It's 107 dBs of efficiency.
I don't remember, but I feel that he came over here, talk, and he has focal in his home audio.
I mean, if you have full cal home, you have to go with full cal car.
I don't remember exactly if that's him or not, but
I don't either.
yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, which means we're doing the Saturday show at 6 o'clock. Can't wait.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, gross. What the heck? Dude, what the heck? Oh my gosh, dude, you're terrible.
I know.
Wow.
That's
a lot of notifications you got going.
5-star. Nobody cares about 5-star.
No, they care about D&F tool drawer. Sounds Plus of Napaville.
Sounds Plus. I remember that.
Yeah. I remember those guys. Hey. You need to change your name now, Marty. Oh, it's Arturo.
Hey.
It's happening. It's happening, dude. Couple more weeks.
Couple more weeks, man.
I don't know until what, but he said a couple more weeks on his thing. So I was like, okay, sounds good. Ah, I hear your voice. Oh, there you go. What a great voice it is. Not really. Do your shops do fabrication of doors? No, we do not. We don't do any of the big fab stuff. Just simple, amp racks and stuff like that. Hello from Holland again. What's up from Fort Myers? Okay. Formally. There you go. Yeah. Oh, it's Oscar. Arturo's laughing at us. Hola, amigos. Can we be caballeros? I can't even say it.
The 3 caballeros?
Just the 2.
Oh, 2 caballeros?
2 caballeros. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the song wouldn't sound as good. But,
Why not?
Your last video had no sound. Your last 2 videos had no sound. What are you talking about?
Which one? From here?
Yeah, I don't... I have no idea. Why is Fernando always on his phone? Why are you always on your phone?
Why always in my phone? Because this is what I do in my phone.
Yeah. Ada would like to hear you sing.
Today. Not today.
That was terrible. Do you know the song 3 Caballeros? 3 Caballeros.
No.
They say we are birds of a feather.
I have to guess something like... No, I don't know.
No, you need inspiration?
Of course.
You want to do your imitation of Adele?
Hello.
Every time you do that, I thought it was you singing Lionel Richie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like Lionel Richie.
Yeah. Fernando is ready for our comments. That's right. Okay, Nano, keep your day job.
I'm trying to. It's really hard.
How was your day? What did we do today?
Oh, we did 2 F-150s, Jeep, Cherokee,
and we finished up the...
And we finished the Lexus.
Yeah. Which was fun.
Oh,
turned out good.
Yeah.
He really liked the way it sounded.
There you go.
He definitely
What's in the bay today? It's empty. Because it's Saturday. And we don't want cars for Sunday.
Did you sing? I think it's going to take more than a couple of shots to get you to sing.
Oh, no, man. What do you want me to sing?
Oh, okay. You need some liquid courage?
No. I got some Coke.
So we have this all set up and ready to go. We're getting ready. Let me ask you this, Fernando. Mm-hmm. Are you excited about 2 weeks from now?
Oh, man. So just to let you guys know, Rockford's always been oh my God, Rockford, like my first 2 amplifiers, I have them over there. So for me to be able to go to Rockford and see everything is like...
So this is like your pilgrimage?
That's dream. It's been... I know the years has been sucking all these 2 past years, but for me it's been great. For me it's been great. Like, I went to Kicker.
So Marty doesn't know what's happening in 2 weeks.
All right, 2 weeks. We're going to Arizona, Rockford Falls Gate. We're gonna film. We're gonna let you know everything about Rockford if they let us know.
Yeah, so we'll be doing a documentary. We'll be doing a ton
documentary. Yeah.
So there's going to be an equal amount of pre-recorded to the amount of live we're doing. So we're going to be doing a couple live things out there, but we're really going out there to film a documentary, similar to what we did for audio control and for Kicker, which we finally put in their own playlist. If you guys haven't seen either one of those, they're now easy to find. If you go to playlists on YouTube, you can find the two. Because I had a hard time finding them. I'm like, give me a break. This is stupid. I just needed to do it. So I sat down and did it. So that's kind of cool.
So like I say, for me, it's been really nice. I went to Seattle to see audio control. Always wanted to see audio control. Always.
Oh, Bobby's live from Disneyland.
Hey, Bobby. So went to Seattle, go to the game, come back, go to Kicker, have fun. Oh, dude. Now I'm going to Rockford. Dude.
All right, so the question was if we're using an RTA to test for engine noise, which I'm assuming is fake engine noise like ANC, what do we do if the car has it after the fact? So that's a tough one to answer in a simple form.
Yeah.
It's going to depend on every car. So, for example, like on an F-150, that has the 3.2 liter engine, it's going to have fake engine noise that's generated not through a microphone, but through the car itself. There's two ways to bypass that. One is to go back to the dealership, pay them $120 and have them program that feature off. Or you yourself could download the ForeScan tool, buy the tool itself for about $30 off Amazon, 20 to $30, and program the car yourself to turn that off. So that's an example of like a Ford. Another way to do that in a Ford is to do a full system upgrade where you're using the A to B adapter. When you go full A to B, like with a BO system, then it bypasses that. When we do the DSR1 interface through iData, it also bypasses that as well. Some cars you can just, like a Honda, you can just simply unplug the module. Some cars you can unplug microphones. Some cars you can bypass modules. Some cars you can go into the radio and do like backdoor programming.
For example, for the Nissan Altima, Nissan Maxima, I think it's the Nissan Maxima, the new one. You go into the radio, you turn it off in the radio.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
So it depends of what type of car do you have.
We are not going to Indy. Sorry, Marty. We're not going to be there. Question, why reduce wire size when coming from battery to distribution block and not just keep it large size as possible that the amp allows? Oh no, you could totally do that. So like, all right, so for example, let's say you have, let's say you have a 120 amp circuit, or let's say 150 amp, just to make things simple. And you have a 4 gauge run back and you're going to a T block. That T block, whether it be a distribution or power, either way, meaning power has fuse, T block is just a bus bar. Let's say either one of them has two 4 gauge outputs. So it's a 4 gauge in, two 4 gauge out. Obviously, some people will downsize it to an 8 gauge. I think that's just kind of a throwback to what we used to do back in the day. But if both amplifiers have a 4 gauge input, then yeah, there's no reason not to keep the wire the same size. You could totally do that. It's just purely up to the end user and what you're trying to do. But yes, if you would like to do that, as long as everything is within the proper amperage load, you can use whatever size wire you want and however you want it to look.
What's up, Johnny?
Johnny! Just got done with my LC2i and a 21 Avalon. Oh, the fun you had. 2021 Ram Lone Star with Alpine system. Looking to do just door speaker upgrade and subwoofer upgrade with LOC. You recommend LC7R or just go with the PAC Audio AP4? Just go with the PAC Audio AP4.
Definitely PAC.
Just go with the PAC Audio AP4. But the thing you got to do, like, yes, just do the PAC Audio AP4. Now, if you're just going to amp the subwoofers, you could just do the Sub Pro. But I would buy the Amp Pro because my guess is once you do the mids and high upgrade, you're going to immediately realize that Alpine system sounds horrible. and you're gonna want to put an amplifier on your new mids and highs.
Oh, totally.
So personally for me, I would just plan on doing amping everything because the factory amp sucks. It really does. You're totally gonna limit what you're going to get out of that system keeping those amplifiers, keeping that factory amplifier. But I understand.
2016 Toyota Camry, trying to use an LOC to get signal for my subwoofer. Should I tap into the rear or in the front doors? That is funny.
Yeah, I know. I haven't put that video up yet. Actually, it's funny. We just filmed the sample video for the IRTA2 looking at that specific question. The answer is going to be your front speaker. You want to tap your front speaker. But next week, you will see the IRTA2 showing you how and why.
And what will you need this tool?
Yes, we all need the tool. The new G-Avo system in the 2021 and the Avalon rocks. Okay. Which gauge wire do you guys use for mid woofer or like coax speakers? It's just going to depend. Most of the time it's going to be 18 or 16 gauge. That's all you really need. It's kind of funny. An engineer friend of mine that has recently passed away, we had this conversation and he's like, you know, it really doesn't matter, right? And I was like, would you come on and tell everyone that? He goes, no.
It's a very hot topic.
Yeah.
How do you integrate the epicenter or an epicenter into the 5-channel amplifier when using a speaker input into the amplifier?
Ooh, now that is, wow. You're gonna have to go, all right, so you're gonna have to go with an external high level to low level adapter for the sub channel. So yeah, that's a tough one. See, that's where the new epicenter micro that's gonna ship in a month from now is really what you'd need. Because you have your two high-level signals and you have front and rear going into that, but there's no pass-through for an epicenter on any of the amplifiers. So what you'd need is an external high-level to low-level adapter that you could run through the epicenter and then put it into the RCA input of the 5-channel amplifier. That would be the only way that would work. If you had an epicenter micro, like that's coming out here in the future, like I said, in a month, that has the high level to low level built into it. That's exactly the piece you need to do what you're trying to do. So if you haven't bought an epicenter yet, I would wait and get the epicenter micro, and that would be the tool for doing what you're trying to do. How close are we? Oh, we still got time. Dang.
Yeah, but don't answer all of them because...
Yeah, don't forget, guys, in like 20 minutes, we're going to be on YouTube answering more questions. Doing the live show. So I mean, we're set up and ready to go. We could go now, you know, just do it now. That would be way easier to do, minutes. But you know, we want to make sure
What's your favorite lunch?
What's my favorite lunch?
Yes. That's a good question.
Do you have a favorite lunch?
The one that I'm
I was going to say the one I'm going to eat.
Yeah. Normally we don't take lunch. Like we never take lunch.
No, I haven't.
And when we ate something, it's just literally I hate that.
Yeah,
we order something and 2-3 minutes and it's gone.
And then I want to take a nap.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but I mean,
I love canned sushi. If we're gonna pick something around here,
yeah, the chicken rice is definitely with vegetables is really good.
Yeah,
you know, and it's really light too. It's not like it's really light. It doesn't have. It's not like. He's Japanese, so he prepares it a little bit differently, so it doesn't taste like, it's not fried rice, it's just like light white rice and a ton of vegetables.
Yes, it cooks.
Yeah, really, it tastes really yummy.
Really nice. Canned sushi is really good.
Chips and salsa and candy for Fernando. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Dude, he had 2 bags of chips the other day. This guy eats chips like they're going out of style. And look, he's still like nothing.
Hey, man.
You know, jeez, oh man. Do I need to put snacks for Nando in the trunk when I decide to drop off at some point?
I mean,
you wouldn't be the first guy that's handed him bags of candy. I'm not gonna lie. He's got. That's why we still have candy here.
Somebody bring candies, Cokes.
Oh yeah, they totally hooked him up.
It's just crazy. So thank you so much, guys.
And me bottles of water.
Yeah, exactly.
I figured it had to be something like that. LOL. Matt came out of the shop recently and brought the mini epicenter. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah. Okay. So you had Matthew come out. He goes by Matthew. Anyways, but yeah, no, it's the Epicenter Micro is going to be, and
So,
we should have a video on that. Hopefully,
Depot already make the orders
for what?
for the epicenters.
No, I don't think you can order them yet. I don't know. I don't know anything, man. It's not. I wish I could get my truck done by you guys. I live in California. Believe it or not, we've had someone drive here from Northern California to get their Avalon done.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever works. You know, so. Is everybody excited about today being Saturday? I mean, let's be honest, it's the weekend. Aren't we excited about the weekend? I mean, we get one day off, and then we got to come back at it next week and do it again. This is the never-ending life cycle of just, yay. Oh, I need to change that. Why do I have, oh, you know what? Good point. I haven't connected to the ATEM yet. That would probably be smart considering, oh, wow, dude, it paired right up. How did it do that?
Because it's like, yeah, you not need me right now.
I guess not. Jeez, oh man, like that's pretty awesome. All right, cool. When tuning DSP EQ, how do you guys know what to do, like what to lower or raise, like
I should show my EQ. Look.
All right, so all right, how do you say this to make it make sense? There is the term house curve, that gets used very poorly, but it's an idea of a checklist, so to speak, of where you want the sound to kind of look. Most of the time it looks like a ski slope, where when on your low end side, it just kind of like, to about 400 hertz, and then it kind of levels off. And then when it gets over about 10, 12K, it kind of like dives again. Everyone has their version of this. I don't particularly like that one. Mine is a little bit more like woo, and then a little, but yeah. What you really want to try to do, I'd say to start out first, is don't so much worry about the house curve, is look at it and look at the signals to the left and right. So, for example, if you have one signal that is down 3 or 4 dBs from the signal next to it, you're trying to level those off. So just kind of like increase one or decrease the other so that you don't have a lot of jagged EQ sound, not, with the microphone. Just kind of smoothing the transitions between frequency to frequency out is a really good place to start. Once you've done that, then you can always go back and say, I need to reduce these levels, this whole group of level down to remove like a hollow sound or to add in a brighter sound. So
the other thing is like some of these manufacturers, they actually have house curve, right? They auto EQ. So I know you're not, but you can start like that. You can put it on and then listen to it. If you don't like it,
everybody needs a starting point. It's kind of like a preset in Photoshop.
You can tweak it and say, oh, you know what, I probably need a little bit more here. I don't need this. So you can start tweaking, and then you find.
All right, so how do you tweak is the next question. And here's a great way to tweak. One frequency at a time, meaning raise that frequency, see what sound it makes, pull that frequency down, see what sound it removes, put it back, go to the next one. Raise that frequency up, raise that frequency down. And remember, a lot of these processors give you the ability to choose between, let's say, parametric or graphic. And if they're on graphic, some of them allow you to remove, to go from like a 31 band to, let's say, a 15 band. So you don't have as much to really tackle in the beginning.
Now, one of those things, you have presets. Save your presets. You did that one, save it,
move on
change it to the next one. Copy this preset number 1 to preset number 2 and start changing it. And if you don't like it, you can still go back to preset 1. Good to go.
Question: going active Morel hybrids with audio controlled DSP, should I follow Morel's active settings, or are those conservative settings? No, those are really good settings. You're fine with whatever. Yes, Morel is one of the only companies that is like not afraid to be like, set them here. So the only change we typically do is they typically give you a 12 dB slope, and a lot of the times we'll switch that to a Linkwix Riley 24 dB slope. But there again, we just play with it to see. That has to do with how close the tweeter is to the mid-range, and if you're having any issues with that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. You should do a review on the Mini DSP.
I thought we did.
No, we've never done the Mini DSP.
The Helix?
No. The Mini. There's several DSPs called Mini DSP. The Helix would be the Helix Mini. There's a brand called Mini DSP.
Okay.
And now we have the new HKI.
Mini HKI.
Mini HKI DSP. So, wonderful.
It's a lot of minis.
There's a lot of Mini DSP
Looks like
stuff.
I'm coming.
But no, the Mini DSP is actually a pretty sophisticated little beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
What brand? That's what they
It's called Mini DSP. Yeah. It just, I can't review the ones, we can't get to the ones we have, let alone me go spend $1,000 on a DSP to sit on the shelf and never use. If I was going to spend $1,000 on a DSP, I'd probably buy the Alpine.
530 Hill, yes.
Vote Fernando. Sorry, we're looking at the comments that are already popping up on the YouTube because it's already active and waiting.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes. I think we're going to go like in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Hey guys from East Central Florida.
What's up?
What's up? All right, listen, we're going to end it there. Make sure to head over to YouTube, 5 Star Car Stereo Network. We're going to be live here in the next 10 minutes or so, asking questions, having a good time, bringing it home. Woo, weekend. Here we go, guys. Bye. It's like 30 feet of wire. Did you measure how long it was?
No. I'm going to. Just in case tomorrow we have another one.
Oh, yeah, we'll have another one of these. You know the funny part, though?
Yeah.
Like, for once, will look right in the video. Because everyone always assumes we have a left-hand drive car.
Yeah.
You know, or we're doing left-hand drive stuff because this always puts the image up backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, now it's actually a left-hand drive car.
Yeah.
It's like when we flip the camera around, everyone's like, "Oh, everything's backwards." It's like, no. Everything's finally right for once.
Yeah, it is funny.
When I re-edit this for a while there, I was flipping. I would go in and I'd try to flip it.
The image?
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, screw that. That's way too much work. Hey, I get way more bass from my ported box when the windows are down. Is that normal?
Yes, it's normal.
Why is it normal?
Oh, it's bigger.
It's bigger?
More space.
More air. Yeah. It is 100% normal because you're increasing the amount of air that is readily available for your subwoofer. Another time when this becomes... Okay, so there's a couple different scenarios where you can actually test this. Like if you have a trunk of a car and you fold the seat down, it gets louder because you've just increased the amount of air you have. If you had a sedan and switched to a hatchback, there again, it gets louder. But yes, it'll always be louder when you roll the windows down because now you've just it's like changing the port. You give your subwoofer more air and it gets way more exciting.
Yeah.
That's the joy of it all. That's why I drive with the windows down and the top off, so my bass is louder. No, that bass sucks, but hey, that's just the life we lead. Do you guys have a video on the Dodge Journey? I don't think so.
I mean, we have a big Journey, but not.
I don't think we have one on the. Hope all is well. Thanks, Scott. So it's fair to Midland. Dean, what's up? What's up? Hola, Fernando.
What's up, man?
I don't know. Haven't y'all worked on this before? We have not worked on this van before. We worked on another microbus.
22 feet.
22 feet?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I was thinking 30, so 22 is way better, considering the car is only like 12 feet long. No, we've never worked on one of these this year microbus. We have worked on a microbus. This is a diesel, believe it or not. It's a turbo diesel, naturally. Look at the 2 batteries. This one looks like it's old as dirt, and then we got a new one. But I think it's like, how cool is that they...
This is the name of the car?
Yeah.
Granvia? Sure.
I'll go with that. I think so. But what we're doing with it is a lot of work. There's nothing easy about this. It's like an 86. There's nothing easy about working on this.
96.
96? Okay, so it's a it's got airbags. It's 96. But inside the dash there is going to be a kicker key. There's a lot of room up in there, so we're going to mount a kicker key up in there. We put some KS 5 1/4 in the front here. KS 4-inch one in the back. Okay, I want you to understand this. You have to remove this whole panel to get that one little tiny speaker out. The whole panel. So like right now it's just sitting there because we still have all the wiring that we have to run up this side of the car to have it come around. The seats are not made to come out. The seats do not come out. We had to... They do, as you can see, but they don't come all the way out. We had to unbolt them from these cool things. But the seats are neat because the seats, they do this. So they're really cool. You can face them towards each other and have like a cool little party.
Well, normally in the regular vans, you just kind of pull the...
Yeah, and these come right off.
It comes out.
Yeah, that's not so much the case.
No.
And then, of course, it's got the big seat in the back, which is the bed / whatever.
And also,
they don't come out either.
The cable.
Yeah.
Every seat has a cable.
Yep. There's one there.
Take it out.
And then, of course, we had to get the driver's seat. And only the driver's seat, honestly, out of all the seats, sucked the worst because the motor on the passenger side didn't work. So it kind of goes like this and like this because it's not sliding back and forth. So we were having an issue there. So if you'll notice the wrench right there, that's so that we could get these out. But we had to get the driver's seat out because you got to get this panel off. So this guy is taking an excessive amount of time. We're also putting in a backup camera, which we have. This is off right now. The reason why it's not finished yet, you can see the wires hanging here and here, is on this, the wire actually comes up through the frame rail and then pops out here. So I wanted to make sure that we could get through all this and run the wire out. So that was, I was doing experimenting to see, make sure we could get it. And then of course the wire has to go all the way up front here. Yeah, that hit me in the head. That's surprisingly heavy.
Yeah.
This is like really heavy. I was like, ow!
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah. There was an F word. But this is what we got. And then for a subwoofer, we had 22 feet. We're doing a P300 8-inch.
Yeah.
That's going to be back here. We want to make sure, because the seat slides forward and does all this, so we want to make sure it can come all the way to the back of the car. It's just going to sit right here, and he can slide it back and forth and do whatever he wants with it. But that's got to go up and over, and so this is a cool one, man. I mean, the thing is this is one of those cars where you're like, man, this is a cool car. I got to work on it. Oh. Why in the passengers? Yeah, and then he's like, it's on the passenger side. I'm like, this is the passenger side. Oh, the other passenger. Yeah, I just finished sound treating my doors. Now I know why you say to do it yourself. Took me almost 10 hours to do front door, 4 doors. That sounds about right.
Sounds about right, man.
Sounds about right. It's not a, definitely save money doing it yourself because
tons of money.
You're paying for 10 hours worth of work. That's a lot of money. But anyways, that's what we're working on in here today.
Yeah.
Super excited. Talked to the Rockford guys today just to kind of like go over and clear up some of the little details. So we have our flights booked. We have our hotels booked. Operation Willy Wonka is coming right along. We're headed to the chocolate factory of Rockford Fosgate. It was pretty cool. So, hola amigos.
What's up, Oscar?
So we're super excited.
Tesla Live.
Oh, so last night I meant to tell you of all the things we've talked about today.
Did you get in a Tesla too?
No. Last night on Kip's show.
She's getting a Tesla?
No. One of their customers drove up there with their Plaid. So Lori and Kip went for a ride in the Plaid. And of course I'm sitting there going, be careful. They don't like curbs. They can fly.
No, they do. It's just like people think.
They don't like curbs.
Hey,
you can get air in one of those bitches.
Drive safe, man.
Drive safe for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to Disney's this weekend.
Oh, Disney.
Disney's this weekend.
Okay.
Disney's this week because I have time for that.
It's gonna be hot, dude.
I'm sure it is.
Check the weather. It's gonna be 90. 90. Oh, that's great.
It's always gonna be 90. When is it not 90?
Yeah, but it's 90 something.
Is that for the bass knob?
Yeah, that's for the bass knob.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I know.
Where did that go?
It goes right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's so awesome.
I got everything planned.
Yeah, good. That makes one of us because I don't have anything planned. I'm just over here. So we're doing a kicker key, and one of the cool things about this dash, let me show you this harness here because why not? So this is the harness. So the joys of the workbench. Hang on, let me put my solder away right here. Grab my tool. I just dropped. So this end here is going to plug into the radio. There's our reverse trigger. This will plug into our factory harness. This will plug into the amplifier, so it's all set and ready to go. And then this is the RCA harness. So when we mount this little key up in the dash, there's going to be a bracket that it mounts to, and then this will all just plug in and we'll be done. It's pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is the USB in that blue bag right there. That will go here, and that'll be that. Are you having crazy head unit shortages? Australia supplies have zero stock for months on end. Of course we're having.
We have crazy shortages on anything.
Yeah,
Chicken wings.
There's a shortage of chicken wings in Florida. Can you believe that? Chicken wings of all things. Ah, it's ridiculous. Dean, the Rockford sub control work on the kicker key 500? No, it will not. And I say no, it will not, and we've never tested it. If you're talking about the older P series subwoofer level control, I don't honestly know, man. I don't know. It shouldn't, because we never get that lucky. Even though it's very similar, we never get that lucky. But the newer ones are a phone cable, whereas the older one is an 1/8 inch. So you'd have to have like an old prime, but the key takes the 1/8 inch. So where's the best place to buy speaker connectors, buck connectors in bulk? We buy them from Amp Global, which is our supplier. Outside of that, honestly, I have no idea. I don't ever buy that stuff.
Speaker connectors?
Yeah, I mean, it's like we buy them from our suppliers. So, I mean, there's got to be somebody that does that kind of stuff.
Wire Care, they have a lot of stuff too.
G37 Tesla radio, now car won't start.
Disconnect the Tesla radio, put the factory back in.
See if the car starts. I mean, that's what we would do.
I mean, that's what.
I mean, okay, we would never put a Tesla radio in, but that's what you want to do. There's a chance that something didn't go as planned. What are these? So what do we got?
Oh, okay. So this is chicharrones.
Oh, these are chicharrones.
The arena.
Okay.
And then you grab it. And then you grab your sauce. And then you put it in there. Then you eat it.
It tastes stale.
Yeah.
Is that how they're supposed to taste?
They're like probably like 3 years old.
I mean,
They not bad in the back.
I like the wheels. I'm not gonna lie. The spoked wheels are the best. Whatever those are called. What are those called? So you're supposed to tell me what they're called.
Same thing.
Chicharrones?
Chicharrones.
All right.
Different shape.
Those are way better. When we were on the road trip, we were driving through some crap hole town.
Yeah.
Don't remember what it was, and got a pure protein. And we came out of the bathroom, and I was going down the chip aisle, and they had the chicharrones.
Oh yeah.
And like we had tons of food.
But you asked me, hey, do you want anything? And I say, nah.
And then I said, okay. So I check out. I go, hey man, they got chicharrones down there.
Okay.
I said they got your little wheel things, and he's like, what? I said little spoked wagon wheel things. So man, we had tons of crap in the truck. We gave when we left Kicker, we left all the food in the cafeteria. So like we left like boxes of cookies and bags of chips and all kinds of crap in the break room because we didn't need any. But so he's buying more chicharrones. You took them home on the plane, right? Yeah.
I eat it, dude.
I know you did.
Cannot throw stuff away.
All right, hold on. Let's go through. Let me read some of these real quick. Can or should I use an epicenter paired with a Tweak 88? I've been told the Tweak 88 can be manipulated to give a similar feature to the epicenter. That's a negative. The Tweak 88 does not have harmonic restoration. It will not do that. So yes, if you want the effect, definitely buy that.
All right, before we leave, remember tomorrow's Thursday.
Mexican Funyuns, Bobby said.
Mexican, yeah, they're good too. Tomorrow Thursday, Audio Control is gonna have the weekly, monthly
training tomorrow.
Yep.
Epicenter monthly training tomorrow, Thursday.
Pacific
we'll come
time.
on in the morning.
Check it out.
Yep. Got the Audio Frog GB60s. Have a DMA10. How can I get more bass out of them? Can I use the low pass on the amp? The LC 4.800. Why would you need to? The Epicenter, the DM810 has all the adjustments you need. Make sure the mount in the door is good. That is the most important thing. Roadkill, sound, all the sound dampening that you can possibly do. Make sure that your baffle is very rigid. Anything that moves is going to give cancellation and reduce mid bass, so it has to be mounted properly. Then you can go into the DM810 and start playing with the EQ and the crossover and get the mid bass out of them you like. If you have any questions about the Audio Frog, for God's sakes, contact Andy and talk to him.
Yeah.
If you blow them, he's going to be pissed because you didn't do something right. So if you have questions about how you want those things to sound, talk to him. Yeah. He is there to answer your questions.
I think before you start tuning, and if you have like,
and best advice when talking to Andy, ask question, listen, don't rebut.
Yeah.
He's way smarter than all of us, okay? Yeah. Fernando, that's the best way to eat those. Upgrade factory to Hertz DSK components and coaxials. Wow. Oh, for sure. Tarindos? What is that?
Tamarindo, the one that you don't like. Tamarind.
Oh, yeah, I don't like those. Yeah, that's gross. Any thoughts on the latest 5-channel down for sound? Haven't had a chance to look at it and or play with it. They do have one. It's not on my radar at the moment. Hey guys, great work y'all do. What Rockford sub box works in the Tundra Crew Max single sub, please? Tundra Crew Max is going to be the P312 loaded. Will go behind the seat. Yep. So the Rockford P3T, the Rockford P3T shell mount loaded. Get the grill if it doesn't have it.
Now, if somebody make you a box.
He wants a single. He said single. So, what's a good horn for the grill? Air horns are nice. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff, man.
A marine?
I don't know. Get yourself something. Doing the Tweak 88 epicenter myself as well. Perfect. Come out, dude, unplug the amplifier, plug in the epicenter, go through the tweak, turn off the subwoofer crossover, and or if it can't be turned off, make sure that the crossover is lower than 160. I would just shoot it for 200 hertz if you can do it, and then use the crossover on the sub amp.
Oh, wow.
What? Evening, guys.
No, go.
I'm working. Right there. What? Will the LC2i make a big difference to the Walmart $20 line uppercutters? No, not at all. Why would it? Come on, really? 20? Nah. Keep the $20 one. Also, buy some gasoline, drop a match in your car, and burn it to the ground. No, yes, of course, don't do that. But yeah, no, yes, that's why it costs $100. There's actually something in it to make it do what it needs to do.
Real thing.
Do you use Alphasonic before? Not in a long time. We did see those guys out in California back in 2019.
Yeah.
I've used it like back in the day when it was actually Alphasonic, but I haven't used the current stuff. CUJL TW5s with audio control LC 1500 and an epicenter, or not in a Toyota Tacoma. Ooh, that would be loud. I'm all for that. Yeah, that would be nice. Hi guys.
Hey.
Fosgate T0 any good? Yes, they are. They're very nice. T0s get you into a cast aluminum basket, so it's like a P3 on steroids. So more power handling, all that. What are you eating, Fernando? Because he wasn't here in the beginning.
Chicharrones.
My Sharona. These things here. Ooh, yeah. They're basically like packaging foam with hot sauce on them. Do you offer remote tuning? Unfortunately, no. However, Nick Apicilla at Apicilla Motorsport Auto Sound does. And make sure you follow his directions if you want to do it. You don't want to get yelled at. I have a D5 1300 in Tempo Ultras. How I turn up the Accubase. My crossover is set to 80. Accubase is only Tempo Ultra subs. Accubase is made for bass roll-off. It's made to fix. It's not a bass boost. You can use it as a bass boost if you'd like, but it's made to fix bass roll-off. Meaning when I turn the volume up, the bass stops getting louder. I use my Accubase to dial in that point so that as I'm turning the volume up, my Accubase, my subwoofer, and my mids and highs go up at the same level. If you don't have bass roll-off, then you can use Accubase as a bass boost. As far as how much of it you can use, it's dialed to desire. Just remember, anytime you add boost, you have to cut gain. So boost up, gain down. And there's no limit. You just have to figure out what works best for you. Nissan Bose system put in a radio with 2 volt RCA. Should use the harness with 2 RCAs or speaker wire to just use pack LP. Use the pack piece, man. It's the high level, low level works way better. Honestly, on what year was that, Ibrahim? I don't remember. Depending on the year, I just ran straight out of the radio into the preamp on that. On the older ones, like if you're talking like his year G35, I would just high level right in because it sounds way better. But if you need to, definitely go high level into a high level to low level adapter and go from there. So use RCAs because you will get noise with the RCAs. Best way to get flat output from stock head unit. Why do you want flat output? Would be the first question I ask, because this is a question. This is one of those things that depending on who you talk to, you're going to get different answers from. But let me let you think about this, okay? And we'll kind of go there and then we'll end it. If you have to DEQ something, meaning I have to go through and I have to remove all this dynamic energy, I have to push all this stuff down to then raise it all back up. So there was signal there that I've cut, and now I'm going to raise back up, okay? Why would I do that? So why do you need necessarily a flat signal coming out of your radio? There's nothing wrong with the signal coming out of your radio. In some cases, you have lower amounts of sound coming out, which you will have to raise, but you're going to have to do that anyways. But I say, and this is my thought, is that don't worry so much about what's coming out of the radio. There's only certain things you can do. It's nice to know what it looks like. Don't get me wrong. You have to know what it looks like, okay? Because seeing that signal coming out is very important. You know, like audio control has the input RTA, so you can see what's coming in. Our IRTA2 will allow you to see the signal also, both left, right, tweeter, mid, high, all that other fun stuff. But as far as getting a flat signal before you go into a DSP, it's not totally necessary, because if you're just going to boost the same stuff that you're cutting to make it flat, it seems kind of counterproductive, okay? That's just a thought. Just something for you to mull over, you know? If you're just going to flatten it out so that you can boost it back up, why? Doesn't make sense, in my mind. Ground Zero competition amps versus Terra amps. Well, the Ground Zero stuff is going to be made by Sound Digital. So if you like Sound Digital, there you go. Answered your own question. All right, let's fast forward. I'm going
somebody asked, Nick what? Nick
Apicilla. Yep. Somebody
put it in there. Yeah.
Put it right in there for you. Do you recommend audio control LC2Is? Yes, I do, but I would spring for the Pro because you'll get the subwoofer volume control as well as all the load resistors built into it as needed. Now keep in mind, if you don't need to fix Accubase, the LC1i Pro will do the job as well, save you some money. So the LC1i Pro is gold too, because what makes the LC1i unique is also a line driver. The LC2i, the LC7i, 6i, 8i, those are not line drivers. They are not made to have RCAs anywhere near them or low voltage. They're made only for high voltage. The LC1i is the only thing that will take low voltage in and give you normal voltage output. Why is that important? Well, if today you have a factory radio and tomorrow you don't, you can use the you can leave the LC1i in there and just simply switch the inputs over to the RCAs and use that as a line driver. Especially with a lot of these radios that are coming out now, or I should say are available now, because there are no radios to be had and you're getting these cheaper radios Might not be the radio you want. It might not have 5 volts of preamp, might not have 4 volts of preamp. So being able to have that access to the line driver makes things pretty nice.
Come and get him, brother.
Come and get him. What are we getting?
Chicharrones.
Ah, Jeff, there he is. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? We were having that same conversation you and I had about de-equalization. Brand of head unit you prefer to use for sound quality. If you can find one, get an XR Exelon Kenwood. Or if you just got money to burn and you want the best of the best, Sony GS9. Now the new Sony that is going to be coming out in a month, their new floating screen radio, will also be pretty snazzy. That might take the top spot.
What's up, Bill? Bill Freeman.
Hey. Will Bremen.
Bremen?
Will Bremen.
It's Bremen.
Focal Flax three-way or Focal K2 components, which would have better sound stage? The Flax three-way set. Yeah, that's an easy call. But hey, listen, it's that time of the day again. This has been 5 Minutes of 5-Star. Don't forget, tomorrow, Audio Control Live over on their Facebook page. You can watch Matthew Palumbo cover some topic. Good afternoon, Fernando.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're on the wrong side of the car.
I'm in the right side of the car, actually.
Yeah. You're definitely on the right side of the car. Yeah. Well, we finished up the micro van, and it took forever as anticipated. There's just a lot of little things in this that had to come apart and go back together very slowly in order for it to happen. Oh, you know what you need to do? Hold on. Stop. So, go into settings, and there should be, we have to switch, hold on, menu, setup, and then we have to switch to, there should be a,
left and right.
Yeah, I want to touch panel adjust. See if you can find that. Special? No. Display? Sure, why not? View angle, wallpaper. Wonder if they took that feature out. Maybe it's, wait a minute, go back, what was that say?
Parking assistant position.
No.
Maybe let me take CarPlay out, maybe.
Menu.
Same thing.
No, setup. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's, well, it used to be in here. Maybe that's something they took away because no one ever used. Oh well, there used to be a feature where you could switch right hand, left hand in the radios, but this particular one might not have it. That is peculiar. So how's everybody doing today? Well, you keep screwing with that. I'm gonna show everyone. So we went with a set of KS 5 1/4 and a set of KS 4-inch in the rear. Kicker key is hidden up in the dash. So there again, with a very small system. Added in a backup camera. Really not fun to do, but hey. And then for the subwoofer, we came up with the P300. Has plenty of wire here, and the reason why it needs it is this seat, there's this handle here, and you could slide the seat back and forth. So I'll just push it. So we came up with this mount system here. So the woofer is actually just sitting in this mount, but it slides back and forth so that he can put the woofer wherever he wants with the seat. He was worried about it just kind of flopping around back here. It actually locks onto the back of the seat, comes down, and has the hook for the box. That way it's not going to fall over or fall out, and he can slide it with the seat. And of course we have enough wire there so that it will slide with the seat and not have any issues. That's pretty cool. So if you guys want one of these cool Japanese cars, there's the information there. But yeah, it's pretty neat. So with the car all back together, I want you guys to check this out because this is pretty cool. So we have a whole bunch of these curtains that are everywhere. As you can see, the seats are facing backwards, but there's little knobs, so if you want to do 180, you can. Air conditioner for the back is here. It would have been cool if they had one of those old school like tables that mounted here, but you know, hey, too much to ask for. The seat does kind of like recline, but not fully. So, I mean, it reclines fully, but it doesn't lay flat like a bed. But I mean, I'm sure you could probably have some fun with it. And then one of the coolest features, look at this. They have a hot, cold, off box here, so it's a that's pretty cool. I mean, more cars should have that, but let's take a listen to it. Because I mean, really, it's not much. Whoa, hey, but it's that kicker key action, so we got the cool music. It's got a long intro. Who doesn't love a long intro? There we go. Nice little 8-inch woofer in the back. So that's what we got. Those kicker keys are awesome. Have installed 2 so far, and they are fun to do. That is for sure. I need to hop out of this though, so Fernando can get it around front. Let's see, there was a question back here. You guys are interrupting me from listening to the old school podcast. Yeah, there you go. I understand. Hey Dean, if you're running new speaker wires in the car, do you prefer to run it to the radio or amp? I mean, if I'm running, I'm going back to the amp. Kind of, you know, that's where it's going to end up, so I might as well just go there in the first place. Sup from West Covina, Southern California. Let's just go with that. What's up, Dean? Fernando from Kentucky. What's up? It sounds really nice. It does sound nice. I mean, it's not a lot. There just wasn't a lot that we could do in this unless we went full crazy. Fernando's having a hard time driving. Yep, gear shifter's on the wrong side. Oh wait, you know what? Before we go, show them the owner's manual.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So it still has the owner's manual, but they're full Japanese, man.
So, alright, so it says, number 1, go to the settings. Number 2, click in the right hand corner. Number 4.
Yes, it is a diesel.
Yeah.
Is that the seatbelt beeping? Yeah, it's a little tiny diesel. Little turbo diesel, dual battery, having fun and excitement. Good luck. Go slow. 418s would have been really cool in that, but you know, hey. And there it goes. Bye, Fernando. You guys need to be on the podcast. If you're talking about the old-fashioned podcast, actually, yes, we were supposed to record it last night. However, Matt had some personal stuff he had come up at the last minute, so we'll be filming it next Wednesday night. I will be on episode 7 of season 2, according to what I've found out so far. So yeah, we'll be on that. Do I still need an EQ if I have a DSP? No. I mean, if you got a DSP, the EQ should be built into... I hate it when I do this. I forgot to put the radio back in the car. The DSP will have the EQ built into it. Hang on a second. Where did he go? Let's see if he's paying attention. Oh, here he comes. What's up, 5-star? What's up, American Base? He just turned on the windshield wipers. I don't think he knows what he's doing. All right, here we go. Any more work today? I think so, actually. I think we do. This took a lot longer than we had anticipated, but I'm sure there's something else waiting to go on. We're just listening to the old-fashioned podcast. I knew you would be, Bobby. It's good. I enjoy it. I listen to it while I'm running. Here you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Your ready.
Okay. Which is kind of nice. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, back to the dungeon. You guys do awesome work. We try. Some days are better than others, it seems like. Alright. Any advice on how to wire in a second battery? What do you want to know? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Make sure that the front battery has proper grounding. That's the first thing. So make sure you have a good ground structure going on up front before you worry what's happening on the back battery, because that's key. So you're going to be joining them together. So make sure there's a good ground structure up front that you can see and everything goes where it needs to. Secondly, make sure there's a fuse at both ends of the battery. So there needs to be a fuse underneath the hood. There needs to be a fuse back by the second battery, just like if it were the front battery. If you're going to add some form of a switching relay, like the 500 or the 200 or 300 amp switching relay, commonly referred to as an isolator, in the sense it's not a true isolator, but it is isolating the two batteries. That's how they can get away with saying that. It is a big relay. A relay is waterproof, so if you want to put it underneath the hood in the engine compartment, it's okay to do that. I'm a fan of that personally because I don't want to hear that loud chukunk. However, some people like hearing the chukunk to make sure that it's working. This is where the fun comes in. They tell you to hook it up to a true ignition. The reason why they tell you to hook it up to true ignition is so that both batteries are connected when the car starts, which makes sense, right? However, hooking it up to true ignition, they came up with that idea when accessory and ignition were kind of two separate things, and they're not anymore. So accessory and ignition are usually the same thing. If you're going to do a second battery so that you can sit there in a parking lot and run the car dead, then I do suggest having an on-off switch along with the ignition so that you can turn the relay off when you're sitting in a parking lot, kill the back battery, still start the car up. Granted, the radio is going to be running off the front battery, but it's a low enough amperage draw that the back battery is going to die way before the front battery will die. So those are that's kind of the weirdness there, is that you really have to pay attention to how you're expecting it to work. Now, in most applications, people just want a second battery in there for driving and going and doing their own thing, and they're not going to be sitting in a parking lot playing their stereo. In which case, don't even worry about it, because it's not going to matter. Just put the relay in, have it on ignition or accessory. It doesn't matter. You just need the thing to turn on. So, yeah. There's some stuff to work with. That'll get you going. Can I eliminate my crossover also since I have a DSP? Okay. That is the biggest, I'll agree with Mark on that one, other than I don't know where he's seen it before. However, that is one of the most common comments we get about DSP. When I'll sit there and I'll put a D4.800 on front and rear, and I'll have the passive crossovers in, and they'll go, dude, you got a DSP, why you still got a crossover in there? What, are you stupid? And the reality is no, you're asking a question that A, you just don't understand, or B, you're stupid. But nobody's really stupid. We don't say those words. Those are mean. Here's what you have to keep in mind. We'll pull out the cool crossover board that we have here happening. If you have a DSP, and you want to eliminate the crossover, a passive crossover, we'll use this one. No, we'll use this one. This is a 2-channel. So amp comes into here, goes out to the tweeter, goes out to the woofer. What it's doing is, you can kind of think of it as a distribution block. So kind of scale it down to what it actually is. It's a distribution block. Now, behind the distribution block, things are happening, such as it's telling what frequencies to go where. But it's a power distribution block. Input, full range. Output, high pass only for the tweeter. Woofer, this is a low pass output, believe it or not, because it's crossing the top of the mid-range over so that it doesn't compete with the tweeter. If you have a DSP, and let's say it has 8 channels, and you're gonna do tweeter, mid, rear, sub, or tweeter, mid, bass, sub, either way, you have to have the corresponding amplifier channels to replicate what this is doing. So this is taking one channel, a pair, a left channel in, and it's creating 2 channels from that. If you want to go full active, you have to have 2 active amplifier channels in order to do that. So for example, this crossover here is a biampable crossover. So as you see, it has inputs. It has inputs for tweeter and inputs for woofer, and then it has outputs for tweeter and outputs for woofer, and then you see these 2 jumpers. The reason why it has those 2 jumpers is because if you only have a set of channels, meaning a positive and negative, you don't have enough to go full active. This would be a passive crossover that you could actually do actively, and the reason why you'd want to do that is to control your volume. This will give you, if you have a channel 1 and 2 here, channel 3 and 4 here, then you have active gain control for your channels. So yes, you can eliminate those passive crossovers. No, you can't do it unless you have enough amplifier channels to actually make that happen. Now keep in mind, guys, if you'd like to learn more about simple, okay, I say simple because we do it all day long, complex thoughts or just things about car audio, make sure you head over to Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. Okay, sorry. Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, the YouTube channel where we have all the fundamentals that we talk about on Monday are all located there in the fundamentals playlist. They're short, easy to listen to things that explain all of this stuff. We have, I think there's like 20 or 30 fundamentals up there now. I just put 5 more up that are going to be releasing now throughout the week. So make sure to head over there and you can learn a lot of this stuff really quick, really simple. It's like PowerPoint style presentations where we kind of walk you through all that. Can you use a lithium battery as a second cell if I have an AGM under the hood? Definitely need some form of switching relay between those two, but yeah. Hi sir, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. All right, well there's a lot of people that ask questions. Afternoon from Sound Effects, what's going on? How's everybody doing over there? Hopefully Maddie's daughter's doing okay. Okay, frequency distribution block. There you go, man. That's what you gotta think of it as. 5.5K amps, so I need an extra battery, extra juice for sure. Oh, goody, really? Do we have the truck here?
No.
What are we doing with it then?
I'm just gonna make an infinite vacuum.
Sounds like a good idea. Lighted toggle works great. There you go. Yes, it does. My LC1i causes a pink noise type of sound in my system when plugged in. The positive and negative are distributed from an amp in the trunk. I will run positive and negative from the battery to eliminate this interfacing noise. All right. One of the things that you're always going to end up with when running, we have the truck, right? You were joking. Because we can't build this box without the truck. One of the things you're always going to run into when interfacing in a high-level environment is some form of a floor noise. It's not the LC1i's problem. Believe it or not, it's the factory amplifier or radio that you're interfacing with. Floor noise, and there again, we did a whole show on this on the fundamentals. When we talked about, oh, I dropped it. When we talked about, I don't remember what we talked about, but I know we talked about. Here's the thing you got to keep in mind. When the factory made that amplifier or that radio, they never intended it to go past a certain volume. The signal to noise on it, it sucks. Now you're putting in a device and you're asking it to amplify that signal to noise that the factory system has. The LC1i isn't going to induce the noise. The LC1i is just playing the noise that's already there because you have more amperage now. You can hear it. You went from 15 to 20 watts to 70 to 100 watts. Everything is going to multiply. Everything. And that includes floor noise. So when you're interfacing with a factory anything, you're going to get floor noise. Unless you turn everything so far down that it doesn't even make sense to have it. 2019 Tacoma with JBL. Want to add audio control D4.800. What harness do I need to make it work? If it's a 2019 JBL, I think the Amp Pro the new Amp Pro TY13 or whatever the heck it's called. We'll work in that. I think it's the new revision 2 that they just did. So definitely check that out for sure. All right, guys, listen, I'd love to stay and play, but unfortunately I got to get back to doing some work. We have another car waiting to get worked on. Looks like we're going to be putting some subs in it. Hot diggity dog. Don't forget to tune in tonight on the Hi-Fi Vega network, where we'll be doing reverse polarity, and then afterwards tune into Side Jag, where we'll be having all kinds of fun there. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you later. Bye.
If you don't move, you're not gonna see it.
Okay, Drax. I was here the whole time. Yeah, we saw you. How you doing today, Fernando?
Oh, amazing, man. This has been amazing.
Yeah?
Yes. We're here playing with cars and audio. Oh, this is the best.
It's Arturo.
Hey, man. What's going on?
Oh, my gosh. What are we working on today? Or what I'm sorry. What did we... Hola, muchachos. That is from
Arturo?
our friend and your... Hey, did you see where he hired somebody?
No.
Yeah.
No, he hired.
I think he hired someone.
No.
Yes.
Say, I'm starting working
Yeah.
at, he was back to work.
Oh, okay.
Trying to work.
Oh, that was
So
him?
everybody's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
don't go to that guy. He's crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought he hired somebody. I was like, all right. All right. Anyway, yes, the IRTA is coming. IRTA 2 is coming soon. Yes.
It's coming soon.
Coming
so,
soon.
Hey, man.
There
save
it
your money.
is. There it is. Just sitting there, and
Not that one.
Not that one. But what a mess. I gotta clean that up. It's just this is the accumulation spot. This is where like everything that needs to be filed somewhere else. Yeah, this is essentially the hoarder. Yeah. I mean, everything else kind of has a spot.
What about all this?
I haven't. Well, we just finished working on the car, so I haven't put anything away yet.
No, don't.
I was gonna say, hold the phone and I'll put it away.
Yeah.
All right? Jeez.
You see, this is organized.
It is organized.
It's not.
Dude, everything has a place.
Yeah. So what's going on? Hey, Dean.
Hey.
Hello.
Hola.
El Fernandez. That's cool.
So we keep the tape comes in these little things. Oh, that's gonna get started. Make all kinds
You have a flat tire, bro.
As I was saying, is the tape comes in these, and we save these because we put our shrink wrap in them.
Yeah.
So we use 2 different size shrink wraps, which are both shrink wraps. Jeez. Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
Anyways,
Fernando.
heat shrink. And I need to cut some more. That's why those are
Yeah.
in there. USB-C cable. See?
There you
Like
go.
stupid crap like this.
It goes in the same
sits
spot.
there. Got the wire ruler.
What? You got one of those?
I got one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
have.
mean to that one. I've been really mean to that one.
Yeah?
Well, because I'm trying to see how much abuse I can actually give it before it. Like I'll accidentally grab the wrong drill bit.
Oh, and drill it?
Say I wasn't paying attention and just, just to see if it'll do something bad.
That's sad, man.
It is sad.
Elias. Mr. Mustang.
Ada sent us a picture the other day of what he's working on for you. Nice. That was nice.
Mr. Mustang. Yeah. I want to hear it. What are you working on?
We are working on a Dodge Ram. We were working on a Dodge Ram. It's finished now.
Yeah. What do we put in?
We did a pulse system where we put in a prime 500.4, a 1200.1, a Fox Acoustics Ram box underneath the back. This has the camel box, has the 2 humps. So you got 2 P312s that just squeak in, and by squeak in they don't fit. You have to grind off the edge of the woofer to get them to go into the box. So if you're thinking about getting P3s for this box, it's about an 1/8 inch. The woofers are about an 1/8 inch too much. So you gotta grind off to the metal and then they'll fit right in. So if you don't wanna do that, don't buy those. Anyways,
yeah.
We went with the 706 Kenwood short chassis radio in the dash, a pair of Kenwood 6903 6x9 3.5 components, and then we took the mid bass out of another set and put those in the rear door because they fit wonderfully and they have a ton of mid bass that sound wonderful. So we put those in the rear door, and
they are.
Yeah, I got those. The R501 for 504 1200.1. That's it.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, check this out. So we got this in the other day, and I ripped the box. This is the new HKI DSP that is made to work with your phone. It's a 4 to 8, very similar to a DSR1. Actually, it's very similar to DSR1 because you can only use a phone to set it, iPhone or Android. But you have 4 in here, 8 out there. Power ground. Does this? I think it does high level just through the RCA's, right? Yeah. We haven't had a lot of time to play with it. But yeah, we just got one of these in. Actually, Paul ordered this in. They did not send it to us.
No.
Type electrical connector, RCA's max input. Okay, impedance output. I don't know if it'll do high level.
It's tiny.
Yeah, it's very tiny. I don't think this will do high level.
Let me see. Elias, it does high level?
Elias, does this do high level?
That's a cool piece.
It is a cool piece.
Elias, hello?
High impedance signal from player mix. Yeah. Anyways, we got this.
Yeah,
in,
we have it.
And we'll be playing with this. We're going to put this in the lab if we get the time to do it, meaning before Paul sells them all. But it's pretty neat if you want to.
All right, so it's no high level.
That's what I thought.
It's just
okay. So it's just RCA input, which is fine.
input. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So you got a
Conformal
I want to say retail on this is between under $299. I think retail's somewhere under $299 for this, so $300.
Okay.
Cool.
So for around like $300, you can get into this.
Yeah, which there again, I'm guessing because I'm not that guy. If you want to see what the app looks like for this, you can go onto the App Store, HKI Mini.
Yes.
So just type it HKI in Mini, and you can download the app to your phone and kind of get an idea. It'll look like this guy does here. You have a demo mode that you can play with. The demo mode is not smooth. I'm going to tell you right now, the demo mode is not the smoothest. You have your input routing, your gain control. So we'll go to input routing. Here's where you set up your channels for the 8 outputs. So this is where you'd set up your 8. Tell it. See, as you can see, this one does weird things. So
I'm guessing when you're connected, then it's gonna be
the demo mode
yeah.
isn't exactly perfect. Gain controls for each channels are located here. Back. You have your crossover. You pick your channel here across the top.
Your frequency, high pass, low pass.
Across the bottom.
Yep.
And then you have another thing that it has that's pretty neat is the limiter.
What is a limiter?
Limiter is max intensity for channels. So that way you don't blow tweeters and stuff like that. SQ. So here's your
parametric.
RTA. So here's your I'm sorry, not
your
RTA.
EQ.
Here's your EQ. And this is so here's all the bands. There again, this is just a quick oh, hey, go away. Go away. EQ channel.
Yeah.
You have your phase.
Yeah.
Anyways, delay, so you can do time alignment. But there again, it's a pretty cool little piece. If you want to check it out, download the app, play with it a little bit, get a better feel for it. We'll be doing a review probably when we get back from Willy Wonka's Playhouse.
Woo! I won the golden ticket.
That's right, we're going to Rockford. Let's take a look at this though and kind of give an idea of what happened in this guy.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Before we start, where is it?
I don't know.
Somebody asked about 6. Okay, I have an audio control D61200.
Yep.
If I lose power, would I lose my setting?
No. No, it's burned into the EEPROM on the or whatever they call that. There's a memory chip built into it.
No, I just want to see if you turned off because I don't want to burn myself again.
No, there's a memory chip built into it, so it will, unless catastrophic failure happens, it's going to remember where you set everything. However, when you're in the software on the laptop, you can save it, which we always do. And that way, if for some reason something happens to the unit, let's say it has to go back for warranty or something like that, you have a copy of it on your laptop. Pretty much every DSP that I know of will give you the ability to save your settings to an external device of some kind. All right, back to this guy. So when we got this in this morning, the seats, so if anybody wants to see, this is what that's what that Fox acoustic box looks like in the back there. If you have a RAM, you notice your cup holders are gone. It hangs over quite a bit. So you gotta have short legs to be rolling in this sucker now. Anyways.
So I can fit in here.
You could fit in here. You wear like a size 5. We noticed this morning on the seat. You can kind of see this ring right here.
Yeah.
All right. So that was kind of a sign for us that we might be in for something a little bit more than what we anticipated.
And the reason why is because everything came stock.
Yeah,
factory radio.
Now, when we did look in the grill, we saw blue speakers. So we're like, wait a minute. Rings around on the seat, blue speaker in the door. Somebody's been in here before. The first thing you have to do when you get this Fox acoustic box is you have to glue the tubs, the camel humps, into it. We wanted to do that this morning because we needed time for the silicone to dry. So we pulled the seat out, and there again, the bolts in the seats were like hand tight. So we're like, this isn't good. This isn't good. Anyways, got the box built, got the speakers in, and then we started taking apart the running boards, the plastic here, so that we could get ready to run our wires. Both the amplifiers went up underneath the seat, and as I was doing that, I noticed some duct tape here in this B pillar. I'm like, crap, and then I noticed some butt connectors here in the A pillar, or in the footwell, the floorboard there. So we immediately knew that, crap, somebody's been in here and they've cut up all the wiring. We got to fix all that. So naturally, we pulled the whole car apart at that point, as far as the running boards, because we weren't going to have to pull the running boards off of floor sills. We were going to have to pull the floor sills off on the passenger side because we weren't going over there for anything. Our wiring ran up the center area here and the running board on this side. Pulled those off, sure enough, those were the same way, so we had to solder all those back up. The moral to the story is, anytime you're doing an installation, whether it be professional or hobbyist or DIY, whatever you guys want to call yourself, if you see signs that somebody has been in there before, like a ring on the seat or something other than a factory grill, don't assume that whoever left the car left it the way it was supposed to be. If we wouldn't have pulled, if we wouldn't have been paying attention, which, I mean, let's be honest, we're going to pay attention. We caught those things. If we would have let those slide, said, oh, there's butt connectors on the wire, they're good, they're never going to have a problem. Well, if you would have had a problem, it's going to come back to us. These are the little things that, you got to be ready to fix, because it's easier to fix it now when it's in the bay and it's all apart than have it come back in a week or 2 weeks or a month and the guy's like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting a crackling in my speaker, or my passenger rear speaker cut out. And you're like, we're back there and it's fine, So always try to get an eyeball on everything while you have the car. If you see something on the passenger side or the driver's side, and it's like, oh crap, you might as well check the other side, because chances are good it's going to be screwed up too.
Right. Take the 5 minutes and just do it.
This one, of course, the harness was all jacked up too, because it looks like what it looks like somebody did is they didn't go behind the radio for the speaker wiring. Thank God they didn't cut the harness there. So they cut all the wiring, and then they just ran behind the radio to grab some form of a power that probably didn't work, because there is no accessory power behind the radio. And they ended up just putting a butt connector on it. These guys with butt connector happy. Nothing wrong with butt connectors if done properly, but this was not done properly. So we had to solder that back together, tape the harness back up. Now for this, because we went with 2 amplifiers, we debated on whether or not we were going to do a 0 gauge or if we were going to just do 2 4 gauge. The reason why we chose 2 4 gauge is mainly because you have to find some place to put the power distribution block. In this case, it would have been a fuse holder power distribution block, because the amplifiers don't have fuses on the side of them. They use Rockford Fosgate smart technology to sense when that stuff is happening. However, when you want 2 of them on the same power wire, it is recommended to put a fuse distribution block in there. So if we were to run 0 gauge, we would have had to mount that, and we really just didn't have the room for all of it. And we knew it was only going to be like a 7-foot run up here to the battery. And we have plenty of room up here on the battery for Fernando to make his fuse holder. Of course, he had it in shrink wrap labels so that we know which fuse is for which amplifier. That way, if they ever have to service it, they can service it and get to it. So there's that. Did you put goo? And of course, you goo the hole.
I
gotta goo the hole, man.
Well, you have to, man.
You have to goo the hole. So there you go. That's what we had going on today. So just a fun little
recap
of the stuff that went in.
All right.
What do you got?
I have a Ford Taurus.
Oh God.
I installed an iData AR with the Kenwood XR660 DSP.
Okay.
Now I want to change the same two installing the iData Link RR.
Okay.
Can I use them both normally? I mean iData AR and RR.
So you're not going to need the RR for integration like you're using it now. Kenwood makes a, come on over here for a second.
They coming.
You're going to use, hey Morel, you're going to use the RR only, but you're going to, so you don't need to integrate with the AR. The AR is going to, so what you need is this right here, all right? This is an ADS-HRN AR Ken. Now, this is going to be part of the harness that you already have.
Take a screenshot of that.
Okay, you can get them from, you can get them there. But what it is as you can see, you get this RCA, all right? This is going to plug into the side of the amplifier, and this is going to come out of the AR. The only thing the AR is going to do for you now is, like, you don't need CAN bus or any of that stuff. The AR is just going to wake up the amplifier. So it's just going to provide a remote turn on for the amplifier. That's all it's for. There is a tech brief that you can get from Kenwood. Like if you call Kenwood support, they'll send you this tech brief that explains it to you and how it works.
This one is in the
yeah, it's online.
In the online, there you go.
Yep. But it's what it's going to do is it's going to explain to you how to use the AR as a how to use this amplifier as a standalone amplifier. So then what you're going to do is you're going to just use the single RCA input into the amplifier, because this only has a single RCA amplifier input. So you're not going to be able to use subwoofer level control from the radio or anything like that. So if that's something you're wanting to do, like front to rear fade and subwoofer level, this is not the amplifier to do that. I gotta put the sleeve back up.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Yeah. All right. Focal flags 3 ways of Focal K2 components, which will have better soundstage.
I think we talked about
that. I think so, yes. That will be the 3 ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the wireless CarPlay device?
Oh, dude, I'm loving it. It's working like a champ. I have not had. It's funny because I've almost forgotten what it does, because I just get in the car
and it's funny. It's easy to chime in.
Hey?
Yeah.
I need to get the.
And this is a promotion for?
Oh no, dude! It's been working fabulously. I just noticed there's these nails sitting here for some reason.
Dude, that's a trap.
Is this a trap?
Yeah, so because you grab the stop so you can stab your fingers.
Thank you. Yeah.
No problem. Hey Eddie, what's up, Eddie?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
It's funny because it just works. You know, it's one of those. To me, it's one of those things that you just put in your life and it just does what it's supposed to do, and you don't have to think about it. It's kind of why I'm an Apple guy.
Yeah.
Because like I can just open my laptop, do what I need to do, and close it, and 99% of the time I don't have to be bothered with, did you do your software update? Now it's time to reboot.
Right. You know, or then you have to wait until actually it's gonna pair or something.
Now, if you're a 24/7 Windows user, you guys know how to work those things. You understand how all that shit works. Just like I'm a 24/7 Apple guy. I just like my Apple stuff.
What's up, Johnny?
So.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Does thing use CA glue on cats or Tessa tape?
Dude, I got a box full of Band-Aid. But Tessa tape, CA glue is brutal.
Oh, really? Why would you do that?
I mean, I've used CA glue on cuts before, but you know. I'm not a savage. I have Band-Aids. We do have boxes of Band-Aids.
Yeah, we do.
The problem is that you wash your hands, like, I wash my hands about 500 times a day, it seems like, just because every time you're touching a car and it's like, oh, that's disgusting. And you want to make sure your hands stay clean.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these cars have these light headliners and these light colored panels, and you don't want your dirty fingerprints all over them. I used to yell at my installers, and it's like, dude, wash your hands. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember when I start working, you're like, dude, as soon as you're done, go wash your hands.
Yeah, and you're like,
Fernando, as soon as you're done, go wash your hands. Because I would just like keep going and, hey, go wash your hands first.
Yeah, because I'd come over and you'd be asking me a question.
Yeah.
I'd immediately look at your hands and be like, dude.
Go wash your hands.
Go wash your hands. Then I'll answer your freaking question.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things that you gotta wash your hands all the time, all day long. So that's where like having Band-Aids and stuff just really sucks.
Right.
Because they never, you're always wet.
No, and it is care about the customer's car, you know.
100% care.
Who will win
Oh, Space Knock. Who would win?
in a foot race?
Between who? Me and you?
Between me and you.
Oh.
I will win.
Oh, you'd win. No doubt.
Yeah.
With those short little legs and the fact that you never run.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably win.
The police, run!
Ice!
Ice!
It's ice, baby.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
so here you go. So this is Fernando's armrest out of his car.
Yeah.
We were filming a...
So what do you think it happened? It had a hole.
So, all right, so here's what happened is we were filming... Do you remember which one we were filming? Was it the Ground Zero? No, because your car wasn't backwards for that. It was one before that.
That was the Ground Zero.
Was it the Ground Zero?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was the Morel speakers. No.
No, that was
Morel
the Ground
speakers.
Zero. That was the last one that we did.
Yeah, but I thought your car was facing this way when I did it.
No.
Because you backed in the other one.
That was facing
Either way,
this
what
way.
had happened is...
You have been in the passenger side.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his vinyl that he had covering it, I don't know what I did, but it just exploded on me when I leaned on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh my God. So we went online. Somebody on eBay made replacement covers for like $25, 30, 15 bucks.
Yeah, something like 15
it was
bucks.
like 15
yeah.
bucks.
Yeah.
So the one we finally had time to put it on and get him back to, you know, where he doesn't have this big gouge in here. And this is 100% leather. Like, this is real freaking leather. And the thing we took off of there was like the shittiest vinyl ever. And I'm like, so for 15 bucks we get 100% leather.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we finally got around to fixing it yesterday and the day before, and of course you have to break it apart to revinyl.
Literally, you have to break it.
So it stayed here last night and got glued together, and so he gets to put that back in his car. But yes, I broke his car and I bought new pieces.
Ah, that's what you do, really?
I was so mad.
So you not hide it and you just put tape on it?
No, I was so pissed, man.
I know. I remember. I'm like, you'd right away went and find it. Yeah.
Well, as soon as I ripped it, I was pulling out my phone to order another one.
Yeah. What 5-channel amplifier with bass knob will you recommend for 2020? I don't know what kind of 2020. But just all right.
I mean, most 5-channel amps have the capabilities of a bass knob. I mean,
now with the comes with the bass knob. Did the Rockford 5-channel comes with the bass knob?
Okay, so the 901.5, the Exelon 901.5 comes with a bass knob. The Rockford R5 or R5, the R2 5-channel will come with a bass knob.
All right, so it's in the 2020 RAM.
So we gonna go AR? Are we gonna? So how do we want to integrate into it? Are we gonna do Amp Pro?
I mean, I hope it's a 2020 RAM 1500 5-channel with a bass knob.
I mean, it really okay. So it just comes down to how I'm gonna integrate, because I really don't care about a bass knob. I want a DSP. I mean, if I'm buying, all right. So here's the deal: if you're gonna integrate into a 2020 RAM and you're doing a 5-channel, means you're gonna re-amplify everything. If I do an Amp Pro CH41. That's going to come with a bass knob already in the box for the subwoofer output. Now, whether you have a premium sound or non-premium sound, it doesn't matter. The Amp Pro will work in that car. It will reprogram the radio and give you a 5-volt output. So you don't need to worry about an amplifier that comes with a bass knob because you got your finger in front of the line.
No.
The Amp Pro is going to have the bass knob in it. At that point, I'm going to buy a DSP amplifier, which I'll probably buy the D5 1300. Maybe depending, I might go with a Audison or something with a DSP. But when you're buying the Amp Pro to integrate, you don't need to worry about a bass knob. It's got it in the box. And the bass knob is actually really nice. I don't know why. I know there's one sitting right there, but this is the bass knob that it comes with. So it's. I wish everybody made that because it has this nice long.
Put it right there. Nice
long shaft. Yeah, it's got a nice long shaft, baby. I'm Tyrone. This is the Tyrone bass knob here. It's here to save your life. Anyways.
Check it out on YouTube.
Check out.
You actually.
If you don't know Tyrone.
If you don't know who it is.
Just Google Tyrone. I'm here to save your life.
And you will have a good time.
Know that we showed it to Haley today.
Yes. So if you don't know what we're talking about, you should go and check it out. We'll say thank you for the Jeep install we did yesterday.
Oh man, hey, I am happy we got that one done so fast. That was
surprising, right?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. This one got done faster than we thought too.
Yes.
We're on a roll.
I don't know why, man.
What are we drinking Red Bulls all day or something? I'm ready for a nap. What time is it?
It's 5.
Crap, I wanted to go on YouTube early today so we could get the heck out of here.
Yeah. All right. So last question, Aiden. Yes. What is the difference in sound using an epicenter with music you are familiar with? Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So here's the thing. I don't know how to answer that to have it make sense. However, we just filmed the Epicenter Micro video Thursday or Friday. Thursday. I think we did it Thursday. And we, of course, use the IRTA2 to show you the effects that the Epicenter is going to have. And then we do an A-B comparison, listening to music while turning it up and down using the new ACR4 volume knob. So we have a great video coming out that's going to kind of demo the whole thing for you. All I can say is that it just if you've got okay bass in a song, it's just kind of like it makes the bass explosive. I mean, it takes it to a level of like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know,
it fills the room.
It's almost like Techmaster PEB walked in there and said, "Yo, dude, what you doing, man? Hold on, let me show you how to use this 808. Scoot over."
Yeah.
And just kind of like exploded the track. Okay. Another visual of it is if you ever got to see the Aerosmith Run DMC Walk This Way video, when they were all, that's what an epicenter does to your music. It's just that. It's just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Run DMC Aerosmith Walk This Way video, that's sad, but there again, YouTube it, find out